All right, folks, thanks for sticking around. This is Gadgets for Family, the tech show where we talk about tech. You get your two grandpas talking about tech. This is our post show, our extra innings, our overtime, our extra uh, details. And usually we take this to kind of dive deeper into a topic or something like that. But today I figured we'll just talk about what have we learned since the Apple event, and has that changed any of our orders? Uh, I'll go first because nothing really changed much for me. I am uh, still getting my wife her iPhone 16, but like me, she decided to move it to after the cruise because again, we know how things add up on the ship. The first week we're
What
gonna
color
have
did
the kids with us. She
Yeah,
the
keep
black
going.
one, yeah, just the
I was
black
going to
one.
say, what
She
color did she pick? So,
yeah, just the black one. She's not pink at all. She's not she's not
that green
a
looks
pink
really
lady.
good, though. The blue looked
The,
really good. So,
the blue one does look good, and I kind of was like kind of pushing her towards the color, but nothing really just stood out for her. She never really liked like the white, the natural, the lighter color phones anyway, so she's just gonna go with a black. She's had 10 black iPhones, since the iPhone has been released, so she's used to that black color anyway. So she's going to go with that. She is going to go with her Series 10. She actually charged up her watch. She was using my nightstand charger, her old series, just to get everything um, updated to start tracking um, her steps and her workout and stuff again. That way, hopefully, it'll be a seamless transition to just transfer all of that stuff over. Well, I say hopefully. I know it will be. Apple
yeah.
really made that whole process seamless.
Is she
So,
getting
and then
the
the last
shiny
thing,
black one?
no, she's gonna go with the silver, the gray,
Okay.
or they're not calling it silver. It's just a gray, or
Yeah.
natural
Okay.
color. Yeah, yeah. So the only thing she was on the fence about, again, we talked about us sharing watch bands because we shared watch bands now for the last couple of years, and it's been great. Originally, when she had a smaller size watch and I had the larger one, and we were both buying bands, and she has a ton of
Yeah.
bands that she couldn't use anymore, and we came up with the idea was of, hey, if we get the same size, we can just share bands, and she doesn't wear like really like girly. She has some girly, colorful like Latino like flavor stuff that's really colorful and all of that. But for the most part, we can share our standard colors, our reds, blacks, blues, leather bands and stuff. We share them all. So now we're not sure if that screen is going to be too big for her, and she has to go to a smaller size. So we're just going to go to the store Friday while we're out doing our last minute errands and just pick it up in the store. It should be in stock. If it's not in stock, it won't be the end of the world, but they should be in stock Friday. And then a birthday gift for my son will be the AirPods, the with the noise cancellation. His Pros are an older version. Actually, he has my wife's old Pros since she's on the beach now, which she loved. And the left ear is going out in him. He's always frustrated and walking around angry, which every 13-year-old is anyway. But the AirPods just make it worse. So, and we're actually not going to give them to him on the ship. We're going to celebrate his birthday on the ship, but they come home for a week while my wife and I stay out. So when we go and load up the truck and we go and leave and everything, we're going to wrap it and I'm going to set it on his bed with a note to tell him to be good, don't be mean to his sister. Make sure he gets on the bus on time, and that even though we're away for another week, he's going to have to step up and be a little more responsible. So we're going to give him those AirPods with that little note. But that's it for me this week. That's all I'm going to be buying. I
No,
explained the
no
situation with
air.
my phone.
Yeah, you're going to get one, right? So,
Yeah,
yeah, but not till after.
yeah,
What color are you going to go
yeah.
with? Are
Yeah.
you going to go with the desert titanium?
I think I'm going to go with the gold.
Which is the
I think
desert
the
titanium,
titanium looks
right?
good. Is it
No,
the
desert
okay? That's what
titanium
they're
is the
calling it.
gold. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes, yes, that's the one I'm going with.
All right.
That's the one I'm going with.
And
I was thinking
no,
about the natural one, like your color, but I
yeah.
think the gold one. Yeah,
And no AirPods
yeah.
Pro 2, huh? Even with the hearing stuff. Telling
No,
you.
I think we didn't talk about this much. I think I'm gonna find some beats on sale. I
All
really
right.
like them. Right, I listened to
Okay.
your uh the speech and stuff you gave the other day, and I told you I forgot my AirPods and I wore my wife's Beats, and they were comfortable. I think I like them. I think I
All
can
right.
use those until
They are pretty
the Pro
comfy.
threes. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
they are pretty good. So, and they're cheaper. All right.
So what about you? Anything's changed?
Yeah. So, I mean, we really weren't quite sure what we're going to do. So this was a perfect storm. You're welcome, Apple. Um,
You're keeping the lights on there, definitely.
Adult kids that aren't quite where they need to be in life.
Yep.
Wyatt's phone, the charging port doesn't work. He can only wireless charge, and it's a 12. Dustin had a 12 Pro that he mentioned was starting to have issues, and Kristen's
Hmm.
on my mom's 12, and she's doing all this traveling with the grandkids. And so it was kind of this thing where my wife and I sat down and said, well, we definitely want Kristen to be on the latest because we want the safety features when she's traveling.
Yep.
And we do tons of communication with her. Dustin, with what he wants to do for a living, needs something better than what he has, and Wyatt's with it being dead. So, yeah. So I ordered for me the 16 Pro. I am going down for sure. 16 Pro. I did end up going with the natural. Now I debated on the titanium, the desert titanium, because I heard that it looked copper, which would have been awesome, right?
Right. Right.
Because I am planning on trying to go caseless for the most part. But I heard that it looked copper, but then I had a whole bunch of folks say it looked beige, depending on how the
Mm.
light hit it. So I'm like,
Okay, I didn't
so
see
maybe
that.
you can tell me Friday when you go in, you can tell me, what does it really look like, or FaceTime me or something, and I can take a look. But so I ordered
Right.
natural. And then
Okay.
my wife was on a mini. The battery just is struggling. She can't make it through a full day on the mini. We elected, well, actually, this is the same conversation for all of them. Everybody else keeps their phone for like 3 years or more,
Yep.
right? I mean, again, they're all on 12s or a 13 mini in my wife's case. So they keep their phones forever. And so that plus what Dustin needs for professional stuff, because he would want the best camera and all that kind of stuff. So yeah,
Yep.
the argument was, do we spend the extra $200 and go with the Pro phones, or do we keep the others, which probably would have been fine for most use cases, but because they keep them for 3 years. And for my wife, I talked to her again after you and I talked. She spends a lot of time on her phone, and so the
Hmm.
nicer screen, the ProMotion, the little bit larger screen, all of that kind of stuff, plus the better camera to just snap these pictures with the grandkids and all that kind of stuff. Um, it was funny when we were at Disney. She would take her phone out and I would just cringe because that camera on the
Right.
13 mini, it's okay, right? But it's not. I'd be, let me take
Yep.
that picture, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
We do that a lot
so
too. We do that a lot.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, pros all around. So
Okay.
and I bumped everybody to 256.
Okay. That makes sense.
So 16 pros. Nobody wanted my Max, so I am trading in the Max. I'm actually trading in
Okay.
a 12 Pro that I have for Wyatt's, because they aren't going to take Wyatt's where the charging port doesn't work, right? I mean, it's worth nothing. So I'm
Yeah.
trading that one in, which meant I had to have it shipped here so I can do the trade in, which means I'll be driving this weekend to Nephi to take him his phone. So the way it goes. And three whites, one natural mine, and then Dustin went with desert titanium, the
Nice.
gold one.
Nice.
So he did. So we'll
Yeah.
see how that goes. So he texted me afterwards and said I screwed up on my order. I'm like, oh great, what? He says I want to do because he's in Houston, right? So he wanted to do in-store pickup, and that would be
Hmm.
better because then he didn't have to worry about being home and all that kind of stuff. And so he says I was playing basketball when it went up, so I hurried and did it and didn't pay attention. I assumed it would just pick the store closest to me, and it actually picked the store in Salt Lake that we
Oh,
normally go to. So I'm like, he's like, so I'm going to have to wait for it to get non-busy. I said, just go in and place another order and then cancel that one as soon as you can. So he went in, he's like, oh yeah, I
yeah.
still got that day. I'm like, okay, perfect.
Okay, good, good.
But then I told him, I said, you need to keep watching for them to come out of processing so that you can actually cancel it. Well, mine came out of processing, charged my card, and started to get ready to ship. So I told him to check. He's like, yeah, mine aren't there yet, which kind of makes sense since they're in store. And then a couple of
Mm-hmm.
days later, I see 2 charges for his phone. I'm
Okay.
like, did you not go
So,
cancel that? He's like, yeah, but it wouldn't let me until those charges popped up, and I went and canceled it, and they said it won't charge the card. So, and that's already fallen off. The second authorization has already disappeared off the
okay, good. So
credit
it didn't
card.
charge it.
So,
Yeah, it was just holding it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, he'll pick his up on Friday. Everything else, are Wyatt's, my wife's, and mine are delivering. Kristen forgot, so I think hers is like September 26th through something. I can't remember. My guess is it'll come earlier than that. So she
Yeah.
got in there. So yeah, that's a lot of phones going on my bill. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
so because I'm fronting all of this because they just weren't in a position. I mean, they were. Can we do the the Verizon thing where you get a phone? I'm like, yeah, but that's not the best way to do it, and so we'll figure
Yeah.
out
I
how they
don't.
pay
I
me
don't
back
agree
for
with
this
that
stuff.
model. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
agree
I
with
don't
that
either.
model
So
anymore. Stick with
no,
your service and just buy the phone.
so
Especially like you
I'm
said, they're
fronting
gonna
all.
hold on to them for 3 years.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm fronting all of this for them on purpose, and again, that was my wife and I's decision, and again, sold the
Mm-hmm.
house so I can afford to do that. It's not like I'm rolling in the money, um, but it was intentional, right? Because we want them to have tech that so they can be safe or the stuff they need,
Yeah.
right? So that they can pursue their careers. So we're doing that.
Yeah.
We did get Apple Care on all of them, just because if you're going to keep them for that long, at least for the first couple of years, right? You want to be able to deal with anything that comes up. Plus, they're ridiculously expensive to repair. It's just so expensive
Yeah.
if they do something. And Dustin's been going caseless. I didn't realize that he's been going caseless, so he's going to check out the Apple cases, and Beats has actually released cases for these as well. So they look a little bit different. So yeah, I've got those coming. I've got front and rear screen protectors I've got rear for mine, front for everybody else. And then I ordered,
Okay.
my wife wanted a new wallet case. So we found her a wallet case. She really likes the wallet cases. So she got white because she didn't know what case she wanted. So it's a green case, a really good looking green. So the white on the camera bump will pop out of that case pretty
Okay.
nicely. So that'll be cool. I bought just a black cheap one. Here's the thing, folks. If you're buying cases, either you got to know that it's got the cutout for the camera control button, or like Apple did, the button on the case is going to facilitate the touch capacitive nature of that button, right? Because remember, it can slide
Right.
and it responds to different levels of pressure. I ordered a case today or yesterday that they claim is touch capacitive and going to work with that button. So it's not a
Yeah.
$7 case, it's a $20 case. It's Supcase, SUPCASE, and I've ordered their stuff before and it's been
Okay.
fine. So we will see. But I did it because I'm intending to go caseless as much as I can, but I still need a case, right, for around when I'm out working on stuff or when I bike and
Yeah.
some of those kinds of things. So I'm still going to need a case for that kind of stuff. So we'll see how that goes. And then um, the only thing I don't like about putting a screen protector on the back is how slick it makes it on the MagSafe stuff in my truck and on my
Yes.
nightstand.
Yep.
But
The vibration will knock it off.
I have that green clear case that I have, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's got the green outlines. And then I have that red case that you said was totally not my style. I actually think I'm going to cut a square that has the magnets and just
Really?
leave that attached to the MagSafe. And then when I walk in or get in the truck or when I want to put it on my nightstand, I'm just attaching the phone to that which is already attached, because that should hold in theory. So I'm going
Right.
to test that. I mean, I don't need the cases anymore. I'm trading in the Pro Max, right? So, and
Right.
I've got my use
Right.
out of the cases. So I'm going to see if that'll work. So,
Okay.
and I'm not using a case. So, yeah, I think that's it. No, I did not go with a watch. It's still in my cart. Actually, no, I think I actually deleted it from my cart, and that was the Ultra 2 Black was still available for day one
Okay.
delivery. So I decided not to do it just because I want to see if the new version of the watch fixed my connection issues. There just
Yeah.
wasn't enough, even with the sleep apnea. That would be cool. The black color is awesome. If I have ongoing connectivity issues, then I'll probably do it. But for now, I'm just gonna stick with what I have until next year. I don't want the 10. I decided I don't want it. I like the rugged look. I like the battery life.
Yep.
I just can't get
Yep.
past the battery life. So
Yeah. I know we had talked it through, and the battery life. We made a top 5 list of features that we love about it, I think battery was number one for both of us. So there was no need to downsize on battery just because the Series 10 is it, and it is a great watch, but
yeah.
no, I think you made the right move.
Yeah, I responded to
None of the
Brandon
kids
Butch's
want it.
survey because I responded to Brandon Butch's survey about, are you getting an Apple Watch this year? And I said, well, no. His survey was about whether you're disappointed with the event, and so I said I was
Mhm.
good with everything but the watch part. And I said what I don't like about the watch part is that we're now into this thing where the Ultra is not necessarily the best, but it's better in some ways than the one that is the best, and so we're in this weird state, and I don't like it. I just
Yeah.
don't. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah. None of the kids wanted AirPods.
they're on their own. I'm buying these phones. That's enough for me. So no,
Okay.
because Wyatt's got the Beats. He's all in on the Beats, and just has
Right.
had them swapped. And Dustin, I think, has used the. No, we just bought. I guess I did buy their AirPods. We just bought AirPods for Dustin and Kristen because theirs both were dying, and we found some really, really good sales
Okay.
a few months ago. So they're all good. I don't know about Karen's. I'll have to ask her, but yeah, no AirPods.
Okay.
If they want to watch, they're on their own. Again, I'm buying the phone. Y'all figure out the rest
Yeah.
yourself. I made them all.
Yeah.
Other than I bought 2-3 packs of screen protectors. I'll take a screen protector to Wyatt when I take his phone, but I told them all, hey, y'all get your own cases. So
Right. Dude, kids, he gave you life and he gave you an iPhone. Buy your own cases, buy your own AirPods.
what more do you
right?
need?
He gave you life and an iPhone. That's all you need. So, all right. Well, yeah, that was all I had. Unless you wanted to cover anything else.
Nope. I think we're good. Maybe next week I'll drop some unboxings or stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, there we are for now.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you when we're back from the trip, and we'll have a good show for you when we get back to it. But until then, you guys safe travels and have a good day.
Enjoy the journey and your new devices.
Good ending. I like that.